Hello there, welcome to Genesis Molds. My name is Bob Waldron. In this video we're going to be having a product review. This is going to be a product review of some paintbrushes. Now the paintbrushes are by BrokenToad. You can go check them out on their website, brokentoadstore.co.uk. Really cool company. They had a really cool Kickstarter of sort of doing these paintbrushes. Now with these paintbrushes, what is cool is they are some really nice high quality paintbrushes. I mean, I know a lot of people sort of mention Winsor & Newton Series 7. Winsor & Newton Series 7, fantastic brushes, very expensive. These are expensive as well. They're not as expensive as Series 7, but they are up there with that kind of quality, those kind of paintbrushes, that kind of thing. They are those kind of paintbrushes where I mean, if you've been sort of just buying some sort of relatively cheap brushes and painting, and you've never gone out and bought some sort of a really sort of nice expensive paintbrush, these are the kind of paintbrushes that when you actually start using them, you're just going to be like, wow, they are really make a difference to your paintbrushing, your brushing and all this kind of stuff. It really sort of helps a lot. So let's just open up. I mean, this set itself, I mean, these paintbrushes can vary between like £6 or £7 depending on what size you get and stuff. Actually, let's get at the big one so you can probably see the brush a bit better. If we could just get it out. This set is around about, I do believe, about £25-ish. You do get a box, actually, if you go to the website. I just kind of met the bloke at Warhammer Fest and he threw some of these at me for a nice product review. But what we've got here, you know, they're nicely protected. They're looking really cool. We've got on here, you know, the size 2 BrokenToad, and we've got the miniature series Mark II. Now they are Kolinsky sable brushes, which is, you know, everybody knows that the sable brushes are like the best hairs you can get for brushes and that. Nicely protected. And we've got a really sort of good point on these. I mean, there are different types of paintbrushes you can get from BrokenToad, but this one, you know, is a sort of a really sort of a nice pointy one, good for miniatures. To know that's a good one, you've got what you kind of do is, I always like to sort of do a bit of a swivel round, a circles around on your hand or something, and then if it's still got that point and it's still kept its shape, is really a good sign of a really good paintbrush. Because the crap ones, if you kind of did that with sort of like a crappy cheap one, all the hairs start flicking out and it loses its shape and everything. But that's a good sign of a good paintbrush. And one of the other things to keep in mind with these paintbrushes is it's a much more sort of softer brush than maybe you might be sort of used to, because it's sort of more of a brush that you would go off and do stuff like feathering in highlights, really sort of go in that golden demon type standard where you almost make your highlights look like you've used an airbrush. That kind of, it's got that kind of softness to sort of help with that. And again, I mean, it is, you know, from what people have said, I mean, it's like a personal preference, you know, what kind of painting style do you have and everything. So if you do like those sort of soft brushes where you can do, as I say, like feathering in highlights and stuff, this is probably one for you. And to be fair, I know a lot of people do try and compare with Series 7, but it is up there with that kind of thing, but a little bit cheaper. So what I'm going to do is, you're probably going to be seeing me use these paintbrushes In the future here at Genesis Models, I'm going to be doing miniature painting and stuff, and I'm going to be using these, so you'll be able to see a bit more detail on these. Just remember, you know, you want to get yourself a good kind of brush cleaner when you sort of use these kind of brushes. If you're going to spend all this kind of money, I mean, you might just kind of wash your kind of cheap paint brushes out in water, but I know BrokenToad, they do their own sort of paintbrush conditioner. It's a lot like the brush cleaner and preserver by the Masters. It's basically the same stuff, so I don't know if you do want to go out and get these, you can grab something like their version of this on their website as well, and you do want to get something like that to keep these in good condition, because I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't recommend it, but I do tend to use like my Series 7s and really expensive brushes, using stuff like enamel paints and oil paints, which is I know a lot of people don't like to use that kind of stuff, but if you use like, you know, brush cleaners and that kind of stuff, I do find that they do keep your brushes nice and clean, and keeps them and makes them more durable and last longer and stuff, because to be fair, I think I've only thrown away one Series 7 now, and I've been using them Series 7 for like 7 years, so they are quite durable, these Sabre brushes, and these should be very much the same. So thank you for BrokenToad for throwing some of these my way, and hopefully you've enjoyed this product review, and look forward to seeing me painting these in the future. So until next time, my name is Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.